Good morning, folks. It's Ann. I made it to my destination. Got here about 8:30 last night. They left the light on for me. This is, I'm not going to give you the name of this place, folks. I'm sorry. I will after I check out and I leave for safety reasons. But I wanted to show you where I ended up. So I stayed in this particular trailer a few years ago, and it's nice. It's very nice. I don't have a full view of the lake, but I do have the lily pads and it gives me something to look at. I watch for alligators, folks. But there's a nice deck here with a picnic table, and there's a ramp that will that you can come up if you're in a wheelchair. So let me go in. I want to show you. Now I'm not going to flip back and forth the views because I don't know how hard it's going to be to download. So okay, so here's the bedroom. I do believe that that's a queen size mattress. It's a small room, folks. It's a little camp. It has an air conditioner and a nice big closet. If there's two of you, you have plenty of room. So I got in here at about, by the time I took a few things out of my car and came to bed, it must have been about 10 o'clock, and I slept till 7 o'clock with only 2 bathroom breaks. And I can only tell you, I gotta tell you about that actually, a story. This is the bathroom. Now this is like a small trailer, and you have a full bathtub here. And you have some, they furnish you with towels. Now it's rustic, folks. If you're not into rustic, you might not like it, but I'm into rustic. I love it. So this is the door we came in, and now the furnace. I've never used a furnace. They furnish you with small heaters, but here's the little kitchen and a full-size refrigerator, which I have to go do some shopping. Now I wanted to show you all my wonderful things. The real salt, the magnesium. This is the electric lights I've been using. I'm gonna go back to my new key nutrients though. I like them better. My K293, my Lugol's. I bought some of this. I haven't tried it yet. It's the electrolyte drops. Suntan lotion Tums, although I don't get many upset stomachs. And I only brought down some garlic and slap your mama seasoning. But let me just show you, folks. They furnish you with all the dishes you need. You have a nice stove, a nice cooktop here. And oh, here's my peptides, my collagen peptides, my coffee. They furnish you with the coffee pot. You're furnished with a microwave and a little oven here. And then now going on here, you have the nice little kitchen table here. Now I'm still wiping things down because I like to make sure everything's clean. So I'm in the process of that. The chair is very comfortable. I needed a reclining, well it doesn't recline, but it's comfortable. Actually, I'm gonna cover it and I'm gonna put one of these cushions on there because I think it'll be better for me. And I like to cover this. I actually have now it all looks clean, but I still like to cover it with a big blanket, a big quilt or something. So that's what I'm going to do here. And you do get a little TV. Now it's not what I'm used to, But it works, and I'm hoping not to be spending a lot of time watching TV anyway. So that's it, folks. That's it. And can you see? I still could see the lake. Now I have my two neighbors that I could see their deck. But folks, I still see the lake, so I'm very happy with this trailer. As a matter of fact, these cabinets are a little old in this kitchen, but they're better than the cabinet that I usually stay in. So I was very happy when I walked in last night. I think it's very nice. They give you a broom. I think I'm gonna have to buy a mop at the dollar store because they don't have one here. And that's it. I wanted to show that to you folks. But I want to tell you that I was so gung-ho talking about that traveling. But driving that many hours, I think I did the wrong thing. And I knew it. Remember I said I was going to spend 2 nights in a hotel? I pushed through that second day. I went for about 12 or 13 hours on the road. And by the time I came through Jacksonville, it was right around rush hour, and it was pure madness. It's treachery. So if you're going to travel, folks, you know, and I think even if you're the best driver in the world, I think that if you're not used to that and you're not sure, you're following a GPS, which took me on a different road, it's treacherous, and those cars go so fast and they cut you off and you have to change lanes and the lane ends and they don't give you enough warning. And it's not just Jacksonville. I'm not picking on Florida. Around Richmond too. When I came through Richmond, I was going in the evening and I thought rush hour was over when I went through there. But those cars, they're still out there. What time was it? It was past rush hour. I thought I was going to be fine. So folks, you know, it's not all easy getting in your car and just going somewhere. That traveling, you have to, if you're going on a long trip, I have to listen to myself. And folks, I knew it. I just plain knew that I shouldn't do it in 2 days. I knew it. But as I was getting closer, I was like 3 hours away. I was 2 hours away, and I'm like, I can make this. I can't stop now with only 2.5 hours to go and get a hotel room for over $100. I gotta make it. I can make it there by 9 o'clock. And I pushed on, and you can't do that. You can't do that. You know, we think we're younger and that we can handle that, but it was a bad move on my part, and I just thanked the Lord when I got in here and I was safe and sound. And I didn't even empty many things out of the car last night. I conked out on that bed, and I slept good too. They got air conditioners in the living room and in the bedroom, and I was so comfortable on that bed. So folks, if you're gonna travel, do it slow. Now, I don't regret coming down here, but I gotta tell you, I'm not sure that I want to continuously make that trip back and forth for years to come. And if I become a snowbird and I buy an RV down here, and I guess one trip down and then one trip after the season is over would work. But back and forth multiple times a year is not going to cut it for me. I don't want to do that trip. That's like, it's about 23, 24 hours to get down here. And of course it takes longer because you have your bathroom breaks and your gas breaks and your food breaks. Now, I did good on my diet, but I am tired out of my eggs and sausages from McDonald's. I'm tired out of the patties. I did bring down hot dogs, bacon, some sausage with cheese that I munched on by the second day. The rest of it was garbage. I had to throw it out because it wasn't on ice overnight. And I'm tired out of Mickey D's. So I'm going to go down and get me some good healthy food and get back on my diet. Well, I didn't get off my diet, folks. The only thing I really did, I might have had a couple of half of the bread from a hamburger, because I had to get substance. Even last night when I pulled in, I couldn't go to bed because my stomach was empty. And I had stopped and got 2 hamburgers, cold hamburgers from the convenience store. So I took one of them and put it in the microwave and had half of the bread. I needed to get substance in my stomach. But it was a long trip, folks. I'm just glad to be here. Now, I want to tell you, this location that I'm at, I like it because, well, I don't like it because it's not a big active community around here where I could just walk out my door and there's things to do, because I have grocery stores, dollar stores, things like that. But the one good thing that I could say about this location is that I'm right in the middle of Florida, up on the northern end. And from this location, I can get to Daytona Beach in about an hour, or I can go the other way to the Gulf, and I can get there in about probably the same distance, maybe a little over an hour. Crystal Bay, I think it's called. And I can get down to the villages. They have a lot going on down there. That's about a half an hour's drive. I'm very close to Ocala. Ocala has all the malls that I need to go to, which I don't do a lot of shopping anyway, but I'm losing this weight. I might need to buy a few things. And so there's things to do around here, but it's just going to require a little bit of driving to get there. And this main road, they go fast out there, so I come out and I step on the gas and I try to keep up. Folks, when we get older, I know maybe some of you are wonderful out there. I know if you're anything like me, as we get older, it does get rough. Maybe the best thing to do is, if you don't like traveling those long distances, to maybe fly down and rent a car. At least you're not on those major highways. I mean, there's ways around it, folks. There's ways around it. And if any of you remember from a video, quite a few videos ago, I mentioned that I want to actually, maybe when I hit 70, I'm 68 now, that I would move down here permanently and just stay down here, instead of being up on that mountain, because that might get a little rough for me too, up on that mountain, folks. So that's in the cards. And when I'm looking at places, I'm going to be doing a lot of looking and seeing what's available. I know there's a place that I used to live, and I'm going to check that out. But I have to say, if something really popped up that I loved, I would have to love it. Who knows if I wouldn't just make the move sooner, because, 2 more years, I could do the snowbird thing for a couple of years, and then just sell the place up on the mountain. But I got so many options, and we all do, folks. You have options. Just start thinking about it. Maybe you want to make a change in your life. You want to get out of the rut. You lived in a place for years and years, and you want to get out and you want to see something different, and you want to meet new people. That's a possibility. If you still have your mobility and your health. Now, I know, and I feel bad for those of you that do not, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm talking about all this, but I hope that my videos will at least help you to see different places, because I plan on sharing my walks along the ocean, along the Gulf, and down in the villages, and I'll be sharing it with you, folks. And it'll be like virtual reality. And talking about virtual reality, there's all kinds of videos on YouTube. You've probably seen them already, where you could actually go. You can go hiking. You can go hiking down a Grand Canyon. I did that when I was at the worst of times, and my back was hurting and I couldn't get out. I remember watching those videos. I know exactly what it's like to hike down all the way to the bottom of the Grand Canyon. I turned the lights out of my living room, and I put on that high definition TV, and I watched a guy walk down that whole canyon, and it was the most beautiful thing. So you can still enjoy things like that, folks. But anyway, I just wanted to show you where I'm going to be, and I will, if any of you are interested. I got to tell you, this, for a month to stay here, it was $1,247. And you get the one bedroom, you get your kitchen, you get all of this for and that is not a bad deal. That's, what's that, a little over $300 a week. They do have weekly rates, which are about $6 and change, I believe. But you get the most bang for your buck if you're going to do a month. And that's another one of my options, that if I could. Now, the reason I'm down here, I even booked for November, was because I had booked for 3 months 3 years ago, and I was afraid I would lose my apartment if I was out of my apartment for that long, so I only stayed a month. So I had 2 months that I had coming to me. So I came down last year, and then I'm down here this year, and it was all paid off. It's all been paid off now. So they won't let you cancel and get a refund, but they will let you make it up. So that's why I'm here now. And the reason that I'm here, in November, the reason I scheduled it for November for the past 2 years is because it's very difficult to get a spot, January or February. That's when most people want to come down here. But one of my options, folks, if I ever get enough seniority to get, to book those extreme winter months, like maybe January, February, and March, I might consider that too. And I wouldn't own anything. I would just always have it for those months. And what they do, if for any of you that are interested, what they do is the people that have been coming down here for years, they give them first dibs on those places for those months. So they wait until August, and that's when they let you call to book for the following year, because they give those people the chance to grab the cabins first before they give out the cabins to somebody else. So, and these people are getting to know me. My brothers came down here during the summer, and these people are getting to know me, and I'm hoping, if that's what I choose to do, I'm not sure. I like to keep my options open. I'm gonna go check things out down around Lady Lake, where I used to live, and that's about it. I rambled enough. Well, I have to make up. Well, that video I put out yesterday, I couldn't believe it was 20 minutes long. It must have taken me a long time to walk across that bridge. Anyway, folks, now I'm not walking today. I'm resting. My lower back never started hurting again. All through yesterday, I did not have pain in my lower back, but I did have the pain in my neck, and I still feel some pain in my neck. Because, like I said, going through that traffic, my hands were on. I was like this. It's treacherous. That's all I could say, folks. So I have pain in my neck, and I'm going to try to stretch that out. But I'm planning on doing my walk tomorrow. And I'll probably tomorrow, unless I get out of here real early, I might just go for a little walk around this resort here. Now, when I call it a resort, it's not like the Taj Mahal resort, or like down around Disney, those beautiful resorts. When I say resort, it's a rustic resort, but it's all quiet. They take good care of it. There's no wild parties, and in fact, they don't even let you smoke in these cabins, which is good for me because I don't have to come in here and smell smoke. But I'll take you for a walk around so you'll see exactly where I am. And I just wanted to let you know I made it okay, and I wanted to share where I'm going to be staying. So, folks, I will see you soon. I love you guys. Bye.